Forget all the troubles and blues. Dive into the blue. Oh yes, talk to the fish.
Splashes and waves, diving enthusiasts. Welcome to Talk to the Fish, where we turn your underwater blunders into wonders. I'm your host, Jack, the clownfish who traded circus performances for broadcast fame. Though some say I just switched audiences. The anemone neighbors keep telling me to find a real job, but hey, who needs stability when you've got personality? Today's show is all about helping you become better divers, or at least make the reef residents stop hiding when they see you coming. Speaking of hiding, please welcome my guest, the dive instructor Regis. This old turtle moves so gracefully underwater, his students forget he takes 5 minutes to climb back on the boat. But hey, his wisdom is worth the wait.
Thanks, Jack. Always a pleasure to join someone whose buoyancy control rivals his humor. Both need some work.
And let me share this intriguing message from our viewer, Fish and Hips. My girlfriend claims my excessive air consumption comes from my heavy ass. Could this be true? Well, that's a tilting question. What do you say, Regis?
Actually, this ties perfectly into part 3 of our 5 parts on air consumption. Today about positioning flaws.
The uphill battle? When your tank thinks it's a flagpole? Let me ask you straight up, Regis. How much air am I wasting by flopping around?
A lot, clearly. First, your questionable positioning creates more drag through water equivalent to swimming with a parachute. And there goes your precious air supply bubbling away.
That explains the strange looks from that passing manta ray.
And with a bad underwater positioning, you need to adjust your buoyancy all the time, using more air to compensate. Your cylinder pressure plummets. Not to mention, your swimming makes you look like a dizzy penguin on an ice rink. A bad trim, and you swim harder to maintain direction. Your air consumption skyrockets with every wobbly kick.
Hey, I call that my signature style.
Sure. And if your signature involves wasting energy, say goodbye to another chunk of your air reserve. And here's the thing. When you're struggling with position, your stress levels shoot up faster than bubbles from a leaky regulator. Breathing rate increases, and your tank empties even faster.
I thought that was just my natural charm under pressure.
Right. And those constant corrections you make? Every wiggle and wobble deplete your tank with each adjustment. Plus those flailing arms. Divers, you are not conducting an underwater orchestra, and each wave of your hands is another gulp of precious air wasted.
Stop! Don't throw anymore. When you put it that way, okay, my underwater position influences my air consumption. I suppose my technique could use some fine-tuning. Though in my defense, it's hard maintaining perfect form when you're as naturally buoyant as my personality.
That's the first sensible thing you've said today, and possibly this entire season.
A turtle telling jokes? Must be slow to the punchline with that pace. What's your secret sauce for helping divers become less, how can I put it, bubble wasteful?
I've got some tricks that'll make your air tank your new best friend. Let's head to the pool where the real magic happens.
I heard wisdom flows better in shallow waters. What's the exercise, number 1?
First up, the Overmaster Challenge. Put on your scuba gear and picture yourself floating mid-water, steady as a submarine, minus the nuclear reactor. Just breathe normally, maintain position. Perfect practice for those moments when you're trying to photograph a moray who's having a bad LT.
Good idea. And what's next in your scrolls?
The Hula Hoop Challenge. Dive through a suspended hoop without touching it. Think about it, Jack. You're basically a fish, and you still couldn't do it properly yesterday.
That was because I was, distracted by a particularly attractive anemone. Moving on?
Exercise 3. Wall gliding. Push off the pool wall and glide as far as possible without kicking. The straighter your body, the further you'll go. Think of it as becoming one with your inner torpedo.
My inner torpedo seems to have performance issues. What else you got in that ancient shell of yours?
The Coin Challenge. Pick up coins from the bottom using only your buoyancy control. No hands allowed. It's brilliant for mastering those micro adjustments. Just imagine you're picking up precious pearls.
Oh, so that's why you're so good at collecting shiny things. What's next on the training menu?
Stationary over. 2 minutes, no hand or fin movement, near the bottom of the pool to have a visual reference of the maintained distance. This one's crucial for perfect buoyancy control when photographing shy marine life.
Final exercise. I'm getting excited about all these underwater acrobatics.
The horizontal float. Face down, arms at sides, lifting legs using minimal adjustments. Think of it as perfecting your superhero flying pose.
Now that's something I can work with. Aquaman, watch out. Before we go, Regis, any final treasures from your shell of knowledge?
Your trim position is an endless journey. Even after 30 years, a diver can still discover new subtleties. The more you dive, the better you float through life.
And on that perfectly aligned note, we're done for today. Well, almost as aligned as my swimming technique, which explains why I keep filming the show sideways. Next week, we'll explore a new topic. Why do divers wear black? Are we all just going through a gothic phase? Until then, keep making ripples. They're easier to count compared to bubbles. And remember, if you see me practicing my trim position at the reef, please pretend you don't know me. My reputation is already sinking faster compared to a dropped weight belt. Stay buoyant, water wanderers.
Forget all the troubles and blues. Dive into the blue. Oh yes, talk to the fish.